Hey everyone, welcome back to Taproot TV. I am so excited today to be with Marcus Miller. Marcus, welcome and great job on your summit keynote that you did a couple of weeks ago.
Stop.
No, it's
you got
wonderful.
Like 45 minutes to stop that.
Oh my gosh, it was fantastic, very captivating, very tragic stories, but the topic itself is so important. Will criminalizing people who have accidents, will it help anything?
Yeah, will it prevent future accidents?
Yeah.
Sometimes our actions, our corrective actions we'll punish them, and everybody who sees this will know better, will do better next time because we don't want to be in that same situation.
Right, and criminalizing things, you just see so many roadblocks for future improvement with this. So tell us a little bit about some of the stories you told us at the summit. They were so engaging.
Yeah, so think about just what you said. There's a lot of roadblocks that come when you criminalize mistakes, because then who's going to ever admit to a mistake?
Right, if you're going to go to jail.
If you're facing jail time for making a mistake, everybody's going to try to hide it, or they're going to protect their coworkers, and you'll never get the right information that you need to do a thorough root cause analysis, find the underlying issues.
It's one of the reasons we like to take blame away.
Yeah.
So it opens
we get
communication.
So one of the stories I told was about Arkema.
Yes.
And Arkema executives right now are facing jail time. They're going through a trial. The plant manager faces 5 years. The CEO faces 5 years. The VP of logistics, who was in Pennsylvania during this whole episode that we'll get into, he was in Pennsylvania. This Arkema situation happened in Texas, and they're charging him with assault. So I don't know how they do that.
I'm curious as to how they have the evidence for the assault.
Right. So what happened in this scenario is hurricane happened, Hurricane Harvey.
I just felt for these people while you were telling the story. Doing everything they possibly could.
Arkema had set up hurricane preparedness plans. They did everything they were supposed to do. After it was investigated, the independent board said they had it completely covered. The regulatory agencies, they did everything they were supposed to do. But yet these executives are still on trial. But Hurricane Harvey happened. It was said it was a once in every 5,000 years event.
Right. How can you plan for that?
Yeah, think about 1 in 5,000 years.
Right.
5,000 years ago? Remember where we were? We were just getting out of the Stone Age.
Gosh.
So how does anybody plan for
How do
something
they
that
know?
That's true.
Nobody was around for that.
Well, that's the point too, right? Nobody was around. Nobody has that experience. These Arkema, they've been through hurricanes before. They've had decades of experience dealing with this, and they've never had a problem. That something happens that happens once every 5,000 years. How do you anticipate all the problems? And during the story, you see these guys that were on the ground, that were doing the work, heroic efforts. They're moving all this combustible product by hand through chest-high water. They were doing above and beyond everything they needed to do. And that plant manager who is up for 5 years jail time.
Right.
He was part of that team that was walking through.
They were doing their best.
They were doing everything they could, and they almost were completely free of it, except the hurricane floodwaters finally caught up with them, and they couldn't move any more product. And that product, because it wasn't able to be cooled, did combust, catch on fire, and they had that incident. But I guess they think, well, you know what? We're going to teach these companies lessons. We're going to put these executives in jail. So everybody else.
Yes.
So now you have the courts creating this trying to set policy when it really should be the regulators.
Well, and you can imagine the trauma already that they went through trying to make things okay and trying to save things. And then when disaster happens, they're going through that trauma, and now, they could go to jail.
Right. It's not right.
Right.
It's not. Do you think putting them in jail is really going to stop another act of God?
No.
Right. It's not going to work.
Absolutely not. And would it have changed their actions? I don't think so.
No, everybody was following every rule that they should have followed. So every other company that sees these executives put in jail, now they're just going to be more secretive. Because what else can they do besides everything they were already supposed to be doing?
Exactly.
So that's a tragic situation,
It is.
And at least nobody lost their life in that. There were some people that sought medical attention because they breathed in the smoke. Nobody lost their life or anything like that. So they did a great job kind of mitigating the damages.
Oh, could have been worse.
Definitely. The other situation we talked about, and I think we've talked about on this TV, Taproot TV, is there was a nurse that gave a patient a wrong medication, a paralytic, and that patient ended up passing away because she lost the ability to breathe. Well, the nurse is up for reckless homicide. Her trial starts this summer. The nurse broke a rule, and she admits she broke a rule. Choosing an override on automatic dispensing cabinet allowed her to pull the wrong medication out of the cabinet. And
a commonly broken rule.
Commonly, yeah.
Yes.
So as you dig into it deeper, you find out, if you really take a look at it, we think maybe putting her in jail will teach everybody a lesson and they'll never choose the override again. But if you really look at what motivates people, we all make rational decisions. And we all have motivators for those decisions. And for most people, the motivators are time. If it saves us time, we're going to do it so we can be more productive. Saves us effort. We can do more things with less effort. There's always some kind of additional bonus that drives our behavior. But really, how we enforce rules drives people's behaviors too. So if you look at it on the surface, yes, she made a mistake. She feels terrible about it.
Well, she was
She's also
being pulled in too many directions.
Yeah, and she had a huge workload. So that all that lined up against her and the rest of the employees there, because choosing that override is going to save her time.
Right.
She doesn't have to try to figure out why this cabinet won't give her the right medication. So she has a very simple shortcut. She hits override. She can get the medicine she needs. It's a lot less effort. Now, she's backed up like you said. So is she going to choose to just hit the override so she can get her patients what they need? Or is she going to say, hey, wait a minute, I need to slow down. I need to find out why this cabinet's not working. Who do I need to call?
I mean, that's what we hope would happen, because we could all be in this situation.
Right. But if your patients are waiting for you and you're backed up.
And you've been pulled in, I mean, it was a very unlucky day for her and for the patient, being pulled off like that. She was on her way somewhere else.
Yeah, she was supposed to be somewhere else already. So, of course, she's going to be motivated to save time, save effort. And then the way
medicines looked alike.
And the medicines look alike. And how they enforce the rule is, if we're never going to get caught and everybody else is doing it and nobody's being corrected, well, then you think, how important is this rule? Maybe it's okay if I take a shortcut. It just
becomes culture. Yeah. Mark and I were talking earlier about normalization of deviance, and that type of an environment. That's kind of what happens here.
Right. It was normal to use the shortcut.
Instead of a normalization of excellence, it was normal to use that shortcut, and sadly, it ended as a tragedy.
Yeah. The only consequence for breaking that rule was that there's a very small risk something tragic would happen.
Well, and people, I think they, every day when you're working in a job every day, doing the same thing every day, and something doesn't happen, while they probably should expect issues to come up, it just becomes normal.
Yeah. Yep, the more pressing issues, taking care of your patients and not get stuck in a time-sucking problem that is going to take you away from your patients.
Exactly. And put stuff in place to stop some of this.
Right. So that's the whole point of this is when you investigate, the sole purpose is to prevent future accidents, right? So when she is brought up on reckless homicide charges, is that going to prevent anybody else from taking that shortcut when they're backed up and overwhelmed and
will it put it on red alert?
For a little bit.
It will.
For a little bit. But what's more effective? Fixing all those motivators? Making sure we design the system so it's easier for her to make the right decision and not use override in non-emergent situations? Let's fix the systems, and that's going to help.
Didn't want to kill somebody. That's not why she was there.
Oh, absolutely not. And even the patient's family said the patient would have understood that she made a mistake and would not want any of this to happen to this nurse.
Exactly. Sounds like a very nice family, and tragic for them. Tragic for so many involved. And
if you read the CMS report, there's nowhere in there it singled out the nurse in this situation. Yeah. I mean, everything was systematic errors. So the report.
So fixable errors.
Fixable, yeah. That's the good news. It's all fixable if you really do a thorough, credible root cause analysis, find the underlying issues. Those are root causes you can fix.
We can help with that.
We can help with that. And we'd be happy.
We would be happy to. Tell us a little bit about how we can help.
So we can. In patient safety especially, really any industry that people make mistakes and it causes issues, we can give them the tools that they need in order to investigate properly, organize the data in a snap chart so it's easy to follow along the sequence of events. It's easy to find where the mistakes occurred. make sure our investigation focuses on getting as much information,
Exactly.
those conditions surrounding those mistakes, and then we can take that information through our framework.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people don't have to guess how to do root cause analysis.
Right.
We give them a framework with the questions based on human performance expertise that they can answer, and as they answer those questions, it opens and closes categories.
Factual data.
Everything's based on evidence.
Yes.
So anytime somebody second guesses your findings, you can always go back to that piece of evidence that made you say yes or no to the specific questions that open and close the categories. So compliance loves it because there's a record of exactly what happened. They're able to show easily, here's our investigation, here's the root causes we found, here's the corrective actions we put in place. And in addition to just helping them find the root causes, we also give them a book of every root cause. We tell them the best practices, the knowledge that may be missing in their systems to help introduce it into their systems.
Yep.
Finding root causes is just a way to improve your systems. And we give a corrective action helper that, you know, we've compiled over the last 30 years using some of our best clients.
Fantastic information.
It's an open book test.
It is.
You know,
I mean,
you
the
find these
tools,
root
the
causes.
resources are right there.
Yeah. So that's how we can help. We can give you anybody who works with us a process to follow to get consistent results.
Yeah.
No matter who investigates, they'll get the same results if they follow the process. And then it gives you trendable data, which then you could be great
So
stewards of your
important.
company's resources by putting the money where you're going to fix the most
Yep.
problems.
Exactly. I love it for the patient safety side of things. I love it for all the industries that we work with, but you work a lot specifically with the patient safety side of things, and it affects all of us.
Well, it does affect all of it. Just
Yes.
put yourself in the patient's shoes. You know, if
Well, I think
you're
we've
a
all
patient,
been there one time or another when we've been a little, okay.
and if that nurse makes a mistake, do you
Yeah.
want her thinking, oops, I made a mistake. If somebody finds this out, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I could even face jail time.
Right.
Let's hope nobody notices.
Right.
And then hopefully nothing happens to you.
Well, it's like that time we've talked before about the time that the nurse came in to give me my pain medicine for the night when I had a procedure done, and they were understaffed, and so she comes in, gives it to me, heads out, and I suddenly am having breathing difficulties, and nobody's in the
Scary.
room with me, and I'm hitting the nurse's button. Well, they're all out doing their rounds, and one lady's sitting there, and she's like, "I'll let your nurse know." I mean, I had to focus on breathing for like 5 minutes.
can't
It was
imagine.
very
So scary.
scary. And luckily it passed. And the next nurse came in. She probably gave it to you a little fast. Well, why would she do it fast?
You would
Because
have
she's
no idea.
rushed. She's in a hurry.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
think
just-
I'd much rather have the nurse in those situations be honest and say, oops, I made a mistake. Who do I need to tell to
agree.
fix this? And not worry about the
Yeah,
consequences.
I agree. Well, if you're out there in any industry and you want to get to the real root causes of things that happen in your company, that is what we do. We just came back from our summit a few weeks ago with people from industries, all different industries all around the world, and they are using this to get to those real root causes and do those effective corrective actions so that things don't happen again. Go to our website at taproot.com. You can see where we're going to have courses around the world. We do public courses and we do on-site courses. Is patient safety going to do a public, or is it
We
primarily
are.
on?
We're going to do one
okay.
here in Knoxville
good.
to test out the updated course.
Okay.
And that's going to be early this summer, I believe. We're
Okay,
putting it
so
in the books.
you can find that on our website and contact us, info@taproot.com. We're happy to help you. They can put you directly in touch with Marcus to talk about patient safety if you want to, or any of us can help you. Please follow us on all of our social media channels. So that's how you find out about all the things that we put out, which is all the time.
And
You're
pencil
always-
in the summit dates
Oh, yeah.
for next year.
June 14th.
The week of June 14th.
Yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee. We're excited.
Yeah.
Come to our hometown, show some Southern hospitality. It's
But
gonna
we'll
be-
make sure you have a great time.
We will. It's going to be great. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it with some people who you know may use this information, and hit the notification bell, because Mark will get upset if I don't hit that notification bell. But
we don't want that.
We don't want that. No, he's great. He does like the bell, though. But thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you back here next time.
Goodbye.